Uh, oh gosh.
Oh no, got to be on your best behavior now.
Yep.
Bring the MFers down. Here we go.
Yeah.
Another
Again, thankfully, she lets us know when we're recording because there's no way you can figure it out.
I know. It's crazy stuff. Well, on that note, let's get that intro started and this episode going.
Right there.
And Brian, wow, what an intro that was. Incredible, wasn't it?
That was great.
Oh,
thrilled to be here.
Absolutely.
So, Josh, who's our guest?
Our guest, none other than Brian Klingenberg. Last year was future brother-in-law here, legit brother-in-law by marriage by the state of Wisconsin. What up? Welcome.
Thanks for having me. How did I do last year? I don't even know if I found out how my picks did for that week.
Oh yeah, let's
There's gotta be a way to figure it out. I can tell you right now, you probably gonna do better than last week's picker. He got 4 out of 10 right.
All right.
Not good. And all of us got 5 out of.
That was an overall just kind of shoddy week. It was just shotgun around the board. And
Brian, you got half of them last time. 5.
That's not very good.
Oh, so redemption gotta get better.
I did have championship week though. It makes it a little tougher.
Very true. Yes, not only winners, losers, but spreads and everything like that. Very, very tough. So yeah, your regular season Joe pick'em now.
Perfect. That's right where I want to be. That's right where I fit in.
Well, we burned it up last week. Holy cow!
Boy, did we!
Dad, I will tell you are pretty consistent so far.
Oh my God!
I mean, this is nothing new for you.
I was extremely nervous. I had one game going into the Final Four, and I was like, "Oh, this is just going to be bad. This is going to be really bad."
I mean, who would have thought Michigan State lose at Purdue? And Brian, now a part of the family, how frustrating is it that it's just like Ted and Jenny are like, yeah, boiler up, we're the best team in the world.
Yeah, that you got to take that with a grain of salt, but Wisconsin gave Purdue a nice beatdown this year, so I got that at least for the next year. So
believe it or not, Minnesota beat Purdue as well. So
yeah, I was gonna say it is. It's a mess at top of the Big Ten West, and so for those of you Spotifyers, Alex, Josh, and Dean each had 5 correct, and Chris, our guest, had 4. So our overall really didn't change a whole lot.
Ooh,
nope. I prepped close.
Look at all those 5s down there. Holy crap.
just bogey golf.
That's right.
So right now, Alex is leading with 61. Guess slipped a little bit more. They're at 58. So Alex is getting a sizable lead here. Josh at 57, and I'm at 55. So pressure's on you, Brian, to bring the guests back in the right direction.
The guest could have used a good round last week, and it would have been right in the lead almost, probably.
Yeah. Anyone could have used a good round. No one wanted to run away with it. Learned that last year. No one wants to run away with it. So we'll see.
Honestly, Josh, I was thinking it was like, oh, it's gonna be really good for me or really crappy for Josh, or vice versa. Yeah. So I was surprised we're just 5s all around.
Split it right down the middle.
Also, jealous you guys are going to Las Vegas. Any sports betting?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. With our trip to Vegas, I don't know. Brian, it doesn't seem like the Zentek clan is much for gambling. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's what 3 o'clock in the morning's for.
Yeah, I know you and I are gonna enjoy ourselves. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Vegas is gonna be fun.
Well, we'll send. I'll push $20 your way for the Gophers to win the Big Ten West. That would get a big return.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll go forward from there. I'm hoping to retire after this weekend and see what happens.
Mhm.
What are the Vikes going to win the Super Bowl or what?
Oh yeah, obviously. Starting 3-5, they're going to be like the first team to start 3-5 and win the Super Bowl. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wild card.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the Bears too. So
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Well, Alex.
All righty. Rutgers at Indiana. Indiana's picked to win by 7, Brian.
Oh, nail biter of a team.
I saw 6.5. Doesn't really change my pick, I don't think. But,
Right.
So both teams, as you probably know, are crap. Just straight dog crap.
Yep.
So it was really tough for me to pick this one, especially the way that, it's just tough. So I'm just going to go with Rutgers because I don't know, just because.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Scarlet Knights.
I'm going to second Brian that I will probably miss this game on TV and really don't care who wins. I'm going to go with Indiana just because they're at home. It's a coin toss one.
Oh wow, Alex going against the guest picker for the first time.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that 6.5 point spread, I like that one better because that 7 is a little scary.
I'm really shocked that they went on that for Indiana, because boy, Indiana looked their offense looks pretty pitiful without Penix now.
Yeah, whole lot of everything.
I'm just buying you some time, Josh, because I can tell you're struggling with this.
I'm just standing. I mean, I might as well just go with whatever comes to mind. I look at this and go, both teams are horrible. 7 points is a lot. I don't think they're going to win by 7 points, and therefore I will go Rutgers.
Yeah, Rutgers has stung me. I picked them twice this year. They've bit me on both of them. But I just, Indiana just was not good against Michigan whatsoever. So I'm going in the Rutgers camp, and then I think they're going to straight up win.
There you go. Third time's a charm, Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried that with USC. Didn't work.
Yeah. USC they can kick rocks for all I care.
Yeah, I know. All right, here we go. This one actually might be a fun game. Michigan at Penn State. Penn State's picked to win by 1 point.
I don't get how.
Wow. Do we do the same order here? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. You're always first, Brian.
Sorry.
All right. So, yeah, I had the exact same thought. I'm like, how is Penn State favored by 1 point here? So it made my pick pretty easily for Michigan. Right. I mean, Michigan lost to Michigan State, who's looking pretty good. Other than that, I mean, they're just winning every game. And I know you go into Penn State, it's a tough place to play usually. But,
yeah,
I mean, Penn State's had some bad losses. They don't look that good. They're giving up a lot of points. So, I mean, I don't know how they're even favored. So, yeah, give me Michigan outright.
I'm going with Brian. Michigan, Michigan's they're absolutely beasts this year. Now they're proving a point. So, yeah, Michigan, I'm going to go with a win and a pretty big win at that.
Yeah. And, I mean, the one thought that crept into my mind was like, okay, yeah, it's at Penn State. Okay, East Coast, maybe Midwest. But I'm like, they're both outdoor stadiums. It's going to be cold, chilly, rainy. Both teams have played in it all. I really don't think they're going to have that much of a weather factor whatsoever. But, I mean, yeah, Penn State is a tough place to play in, plain and simple. Auburn, a good team, couldn't win at Penn State. But at the same time, Michigan's hot right now. Penn State is not. Michigan outright. Go blue, Alex. Mark it.
Yeah. Even though Indiana is not Penn State, Michigan's defense, I still, it blows me away that they're number 6 in the country, and they totally shut down Indiana. Whiteout isn't going to be enough. Not only Michigan, I think they're going to win by 14 or 15.
Alex, I'm looking at him. You're my boy, Blue. Great pick. Great pick.
We're all in that same, mind right there. Penn State probably blows them out.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it rolls. Sports are great.
That's how it worked when we thought Michigan State was going to roll over Purdue last week.
That's what I thought.
That didn't happen.
Not a chance. Okay, pretty large spread here. I can see why, but a little scary. Northwestern at Wisconsin. Tough place to play. Wisconsin's picked to win by 24 points.
Yeah.
Huge Wisconsin fan. Ryan committed.
Badgers. It is a tough place to play. Got to go there this year and watch the Michigan game, watch them beat up on us. So that was fun. That Wisconsin's had some good wins. They beat Iowa. They beat Purdue. They just killed Rutgers. But at the beginning of the year, a little shaky. So I'm still not exactly sure what they are. Northwestern always plays them tough. Too many points. I got to go with Northwestern.
Yeah. 24 is a lot, even though Northwestern is not good. Oh, I know. I'm not jumping
only
the gun.
average 25 a game. So, I mean, they got to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like Mertz, he's just an absolute flop this season. Wisconsin, they're on a hot streak. They're fun to watch. With Northwestern, they're terrible. Wisconsin's going to win, but they're not going to win by 24 points. Northwestern.
See, I'm going to take what you guys are saying, and I'm going to run with it. And it may bite me in the ass. We'll see. But you're right. Wisconsin is hot. And you guys are right. Northwestern is bad. And it's at Wisconsin. So I'm going to take it. They've been beaten up on teams for two back-to-back weeks, Iowa and Rutgers now. And they're going to beat up on Northwestern and Purdue. They are going to beat Northwestern. I will take Wisconsin on the spread. That's the Wisconsin fan I am.
All right.
Wow, that's bold.
Separate from you.
That's bold. Northwestern, as bad as they are, they still dropped 363 yards on Iowa. They find a way to move the ball. They're bad. What is the thing? If you got two quarterbacks, Alex?
You don't have one.
You don't have one.
That's right.
But
that was a gem from Griggs.
Yeah, that was an absolute gem.
That checks out. Two is not one.
Yeah, if you got two quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback.
Wisconsin will win, will not cover. Straight up.
Easy points, boys. Easy
points to take away from Josh.
Grain at some point.
All right, rivalry here.
Different.
Well, we got your Minnesota at Iowa. Iowa picked to win.
Boys. And Brian, do you know the trophy between Minnesota and Iowa? The rivalry trophy.
I don't think so. I probably heard of it, but I don't remember it.
Okay. We are playing for the Floyd of Rosedale trophy.
The Floyd of Rosedale.
The pig. Pig. And yours truly saved it.
Sounds glamorous.
Yep, I touched it. I touched it in person. It was beautiful. Probably said this on last year's episode between Minnesota and Iowa. It was Halloween. It was beautiful. I touched Floyd of Rosedale. Got knocked over by a football player. And a guy in Gumby costume saved me, caught me, and Gumby saved
Jack form.
Yeah. Josh falling over. Someone has to catch him and bring him
like
up.
the boo.
Oh, look at that! It looks more like an armadillo.
It does. Now that you mention it,
he's wearing a nice sash because that's what you want to make a pig look better.
Right? Yeah, that's a show pig right there.
That is a show pig.
So I had 6.5 for this game for Iowa. Is that what we're going off of?
Sure, Alex, change it up.
We got 6.5. I don't like the even numbers.
Yeah, so change it up. Indiana's spread is 6.5, and Minnesota, Iowa 6.5.
All right, so I don't know. I saw what you guys picked last week, so I was just picking Iowa just to be different to try and get some points here. Besides you guys just picking Minnesota, but it doesn't look like you're just going to be homers. So I'm not sure if that's going to work anymore, but still, I mean, Minnesota couldn't even score against Illinois at home. No freaking way. Iowa by a touchdown easily.
Oh,
I'm right there with Brian. Iowa, easy win. In Iowa too.
Yeah, last week was embarrassing for Minnesota.
Illinois is kind of like that sleeper team this year.
Who?
Illinois.
Minnesota?
Illinois.
Oh, yeah. Illinois come on hot the last couple weeks. I mean, they're garbage to begin the season.
It just blows my mind.
I mean, Illinois beat Penn State, and then they just beat Minnesota. I don't know. I think they had another pretty good win in there too recently, but
so I don't know. I think Minnesota has a good enough offense that they can stick with Iowa, because Iowa's offense isn't high octane. Their defense is tough. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Minnesota on this one. They bit me last time. They may be up there for an upset. Iowa can be upset. It's been proven. I'm gonna go Minnesota on this one. Let's see what happens. Bring Floyd home.
I like that pick for you, Josh.
We're definitely going to whichever punter has the stronger leg is going to make the difference, because there's going to be a lot of punts in this game. It's cold in Iowa City, but and going back as down as it was looking at the game last week, Illinois beat Nebraska at the beginning of the year. They beat Penn State. Purdue had to score in the end to beat Illinois at Purdue. They had a couple blowouts. They're not as bad as I was painting them. Knowing how the Gophers are, this will be a game that they'll find a way to win. They will come back and win, and then poop their pants against Indiana next week. So Gophers
there we
will
go.
win.
Yeah, we're already predicting next week's pick. So we're gonna mark it down. You heard it first. Dean will take a win this week and a loss next week for Minnesota. Let's go.
All right, we got Purdue at Ohio State. Ohio State by 20 points. I know where my head's at.
So
where is your?
So it was everyone's Snapchat burning with Ted and Jen out on the field.
I only had one snap from them, just one.
I think they were taunting me a little bit. So
yeah, 15 yards and the ball. Give it to them.
Yeah, and then let the ref back up India. Anyways,
exactly.
So on that kind of Purdue note, they're also kind of one of those teams in the Big Ten where it's like, what are they? But I think they're kind of good. Obviously, the horseshoe is tough to play in, but I mean, Ohio State hasn't been like blowing anyone out for a while now. I mean, they beat Penn State, but not by a lot. They beat Nebraska last week, barely. I'm thinking Purdue can hang around. They just got to avoid that hangover from the big win last week. So as long as they can start off good and hang in there, I think 20 points is a lot. I'll take Purdue.
It is.
I'm going to go with Ohio State to win and cover. They had a real tough time against Nebraska last week. They still want to win that fourth playoff slot. Purdue, I think, is going to have a hangover effect. So Ohio State win and cover.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Seen it many times across all sports in college. The hangover effect is real. They are so hyped for beating Michigan State. Obviously, they are thrilled. They are now going on the road, and they're going, oh my gosh, we have another Goliath that we have to tackle. I think it's going to be a blowout, and I cannot wait to snap Ted and Jenny and go, where's them Boilermakers at this week? But I will take Ohio State to win and cover.
Yeah, Ohio State would have definitely covered last week if Stroud had a couple stray passes. Oh, and he threw for 434 yards. Not bad. I don't think Purdue is going to definitely have to pass the ball, and it's just going to be rough to do it in the shoe. Sorry, Ted. I can't do it. Ohio State to win and to cover.
That's right. Okay.
All right, that's the one I need right there. That's what I need.
And good with the family too, so it's a win-win.
Right. I mean, I got it all going.
Always.
All right, Maryland, awesome team at Michigan State. Michigan State's picked to win by 13.
So this one, obviously Michigan State was rolling until last week. I thought Michigan probably should have won that game. Anyways, I think Michigan let that one get away.
You're right.
Michigan State was up. They got ranked up to number 3, probably overranked. I think Michigan is probably still the better football team there. But they did win that game. Maryland is just awful. And I don't know how this is only 13.5. I had 13.5 points. I'm gladly going to take 13. At home, Michigan State wanting to bounce back. I'm going Michigan State.
Yep. 100%. Maryland's not that good. Michigan State had a very tough loss last week, and I thought they're going to roll them over. MSU to win and cover.
Plain and simple. They want to get back in the playoff picture. They were in it for a glimpse, slight glimpse, and now they may be out. We'll see. I was going to say, I think the Big Ten has a chance of being like the Big Ten champion, being a legit contender for that like 4th spot in the playoffs. So I'm happy that there's multiple Big Ten teams competing. Sorry, getting away from it. Michigan State will bounce back. They will win and cover.
Yeah, simply put, my pick is not Maryland.
Not Maryland.
And just hopefully Michigan State doesn't get ahead of themselves because they've got kind of a big one next week.
They do.
All right. This one's just gonna be a win-loss one. We can't find the spread for NDSU against Youngstown State. Easy.
So I couldn't find anything on that either. So I wrote down ND State just because.
Yep.
NDSU just because it's kind of like going against Tom Brady, but at the FCS level.
So you Alex, you two are also going with NDSU.
Yes, I will go on Brian's correct pick.
Okay. So how did NDSU do last week?
They lost pretty badly against SDSU, actually.
More importantly, it's Youngstown State, though.
Alex will vouch. Youngstown State is usually in the playoff running.
Yes, they are. They're a tough team.
Matter of fact, Youngstown State may or may not have beaten NDSU in the recent past to get to the championship, or maybe that was Jacksonville State. I think it might have been Jacksonville State.
It wasn't Jacksonville or Youngstown. It was James Madison, who is now at the FBS level next year.
Oh, so the NDSU doesn't have to. When is NDSU going to get to the show?
It's a money game.
Yeah, we all know.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, NDSU had a rough performance last week. They're going on the road, not far. For those of you who don't know, Youngstown State is in Ohio.
What's a mascot?
I believe it's a penguin. I kind of looked.
It is a penguin.
It is a penguin. And who's the head coach?
Not a clue.
From Nebraska.
Exactly. Yes.
Bo Pelini.
You got it.
Yep.
Is it seriously?
You got it.
What a name drop. I'm gonna go NDSU. Why not? They're looking for a bounce back. They're fired up. They're going against Bo Pelini. Why not? Screw Bo.
And you know what? In the past 8 years, they haven't lost really more than once per year. So,
right. So they met their quota.
It's always against South Dakota State. So
yeah, I was just saying.
Exactly.
I'll stand on my prediction that I said last week. I did pick SDSU to win, and then from here on in, North Dakota State's like, okay, this is game 1, working towards a championship. Here we go.
Glad we have that game in there. We all picked it, so that's good.
Yep. It's like, okay, now we want home field advantage. Let's go. Okay. Georgia at Tennessee. Georgia is picked to win by 20.5 points.
Oh, wow.
Missed Georgia in the picks.
Wow, that must have moved a lot. This morning it was 19.5. Doesn't change my pick at all.
Not chance.
I think Tennessee got a couple of points for their win against Kentucky last week, and they're at home, so it might have lowered the spread a little bit. Georgia's just too good, and Tennessee is not. So Georgia will probably only give up like 10 points, like they're averaging, I think, giving up 6 points or something. And their offense is good, and they're the best team in the country. And the backups could win by 3 touchdowns. So Georgia,
I think so. Yeah.
Yep, that is very well said. Georgia, win and cover.
Despite Cameron not being underneath this roof right now, she is in Georgia.
Ooh.
She's going to be cheering them on, but she is going to be back underneath the roof end of November. It is confirmed. So I'm still rolling with Georgia Bulldogs. Obviously, doesn't matter the spread. It could have been 50. I still would have picked Georgia Bulldogs. Let's go, dogs.
Georgia for sure. That's my preseason pick to win it all. Just keep going with it. Did I?
Alex just writes Cameron. You didn't spell it right, Alex. Instead of the E, oh geez, Cameron. Oh, Camryn, Alex.
Yeah, I was just saying instead of the.
All right. Well, it's too much work to go back and change it. All right, Oklahoma at Baylor. Oklahoma by 5.5 points.
This is going to be a fun game. This is just going to be Big 12 shootout at its best.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the Big 12 rolls, right? So Oklahoma coming off a bye, number 4 in the country, looking good. I believe they have their new quarterback in still. They made that switch from Rattler, and they've looked real good since they did that, I believe, in the Texas game, which was an insane game.
Always is.
Always is. Baylor, they're pretty good this year, but I don't think they have enough. I know they're at home, but I think with the way that the Big 12 scores, someone's going to win by a touchdown at least, and I would assume that Oklahoma is that. Baylor has won this contest 3 times out of 31 attempts, so I will go with Oklahoma.
3 out of 31.
They're due for one.
Yikes.
I'm gonna ride off Brian right there. I think they're
stop
back
picking everything I pick, man. Jeez.
Hey, Brian, that's why I'm in first place.
If you listen to any episode, and if you could see the spreadsheets that Dean and I see every single week, Alex and the guest picker just tick, 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 tick.
Hey, and the few that I make that are different, that's why I'm in first place.
Are the right ones. I can't disagree with it, but it's a pattern, Brian. It's a pattern.
Their backup quarterback for Oklahoma, I think, is going to be something special. I think he's going to make it on to the next level. I'm excited for him over Rattler. OU, let's go.
Yeah. Baylor, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows, but I believe they just actually got upset by TCU. See you, them frogs. So, obviously they're going to be a little chippy. They're going to be a little salty about that one. It is, Baylor is number 12. Oklahoma is 4. It's going to be a great game. Brian, I think you hit the nail on the head. They're blowouts, but no one wins by a field goal. It's always a touchdown, whether it's, overtime. They're going to win by a touchdown. I think that's going to be true. Let's go Sooners to win and cover.
Yeah, the Sooners, they've had the week off. They had the bye week to prepare. And Caleb Williams is going to have to rest his arm because he had six TDs against Texas Tech. Stop, Josh. I know what you're thinking. So
no, I'm looking at what Alex types under my name for the picks. And so in the Google document, he writes Peterson, like Adrian Peterson.
Of course.
We got the Green Boys, Cameron, Peterson.
You're my boy Blue. Just cracking me up, that's all.
No, and in the Tech game, Spencer Rattler came in relief because they had to rest Caleb's arm. Oklahoma, they've they've got to still make us. I just can't believe they're not moving up the standings. They're undefeated in the playoff. The playoff committee is not giving them any credit. They've got to find a way to do it. They will win. They will cover.
Yeah. Seriously, they are 8-0, right?
9-0.
9-0, and they are in the Big 12. They're 9-0 in the Big 12, and they are not in the top 4. Blows my mind. Just like the referees of last Monday night or Sunday night football game. Monday night.
Yes.
My weeks are all fricked up.
It all blends together.
Yeah.
All right, we got NC State at Wake Forest. Don't know anything about either one of these teams. Wake Forest is picked to win by 2.
Yeah.
Wake Forest is a hot team right now, Alex. I'm tell you.
Not as hot anymore, losing to North Carolina last week.
Yeah, they butchered that.
That was a shootout, though. I mean, it was a fun game to watch. I watched a lot of that game, so I didn't know much about NC State. It seems like they got a pretty good defense, but in my opinion now, football, good offense beats good defense for the most part. Wake Forest averages 45 points per game, and 2 points seems like nothing. So give me Wake Forest at home.
I was say, Brian, I think you just made Alex's decision. Alex, do I say anything more?
No, he just happened to pick what I was going to pick. I don't know literally anything
that's right.
about either one of these two teams. I just heard Josh like, "Oh, Wake Forest is really hot right now." So it's like, "Oh, they're in Wake Forest by 2."
NC State is so hot right now.
The NC State's so hot.
Hot right now.
That Wake Forest so hot right now.
So hot right now.
I'm looking at here. I haven't made too many different picks than Alex or the guests or everything like that. Maybe that's why I am in third place by 1 point. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. I think the 2-point spread is pretty minimal. Picking a winner here. Oh goodness. I'm gonna go with my gut. I did say Wake Forest is hot, so let's go Wake Forest. Why not? Need some points. Need to keep climbing over here. Made a couple of picks that are differ from everyone else. Dad, is your pick gonna be the same?
No, I'm staying in the Wake camp. Sam Hartman, not any relation to Sid Hartman. 27 touchdowns this year. And they can light it up. They're not going to do it they're not going to run the ball much, that's for sure. So Wake will win, just straight up.
Yeah, 2-point spread, pretty ridiculous there. So take those last 4 games out of the question because we all picked the same, which is exciting. Because the Big Ten is what matters here in this podcast. And Cece, sorry, Spotify listeners, we got a guest appearance of Cece the cat, which is pretty amazing because she hates everyone
besides me,
besides you, and definitely Ariel. Crazy stuff. She liking the new house?
Oh yeah,
always good. So there you have it. So again, sorry, Spotify listeners, but anyone who's watching, you can see my picks. I have You're My Boy Blue, the Green Boys, Cameron spelled wrong, and Peterson. So we like to have fun here, don't we, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, we didn't. The last 5 games didn't vary much at all. Gonna make hay early.
That's okay. We got different between Minnesota, Iowa. I'll be the Lone Star with Wisconsin. I'm the
Lone Rangers with Indiana, so
I'm with Purdue.
Okay.
Yep.
So one of us is bound to pull ahead of the other. Didn't make too many different picks, but that's okay. You gotta be careful late in the season. Let me tell you.
You got to be careful to keep those 5s going.
Yeah, right. I think you're gonna break the 5 train, considering
the last 4 games.
The last 4 games are all identical, so we're all gonna tank, or we're all gonna be like 7s, 8s, and 9s. Maybe.
Yeah. With all of us having a lot of the same picks, it makes me feel like they're all wrong.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing, Brian.
I don't know, Brian. Looking overall, the guests have been slacking more than usual compared to last year. Obviously, Sally lit it up with a 10 spot, but I mean,
Saw that.
The next best is a 7. Obviously, Darla snuck her way in there. Dolan, of all people, snuck in a 7 spot.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there is room for improvement. Now, granted, Sally did have like 16 picks that week.
Big week.
So
wow.
Big week for her.
Okay,
but,
just watching here. I had wine one episode and I get ripped on by you two.
I was just waiting for it.
Ryan's putting down a nice red blend.
To the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably because you drank all your Moon Men last night during the Bears game.
Oh, I got way too much Moon Men in the fridge. I think I have 28 Moon Men in the fridge still.
Alex is on his way. He'll be there in 10 hours.
Yeah, 1 second. We'll be right there.
Yeah. No, that's a good problem there. But Brian, overall, you think you're gonna get a perfect 10 this week?
No.
Okay. Well, what
that was a confident
change? No. Make a perfect 10. Come on.
I mean, I tried to. I just statistically speaking, no, I will not get a perfect 10.
Yeah, you're probably right. I will though.
I'll be saving that for Vegas. So
yeah,
gotta get hot. All right.
Where's the money's at?
Hey, bring us in, Josh.
Like I said, all right, Brian. Love to have you here. Woo! Always a pleasure. Bring it in. Sports Dolls on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports Dolls. Bingo.
You notice Alex doesn't show us his fingers anymore.
Yeah, I'll just keep them down. Keep the calluses away. Oh, what is wrong with those?
That was just nasty.
Yep. Another competition this weekend, so right back to it.
What a rip. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to make a run to Fargo this weekend, but I got shut down. So
come to Aberdeen.
Want to come to Vegas? Bring Darla and Rudy. It'll be fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or about the dice on the craps table.
Ooh. Ryan, do you play craps?
Oh, I love craps.
Craps.
Yeah, come on, man. The recording is on.
Yeah, I was saying, I got it.
Yeah, bleed yourself, Alex.
Yeah, you played a little underground craps. You kind of have the basis a little bit.
Yeah, it was terrifying. I was down $80 in basement craps, not even Vegas craps.
Well, you're gonna lose if you play at the casino long enough. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,